Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back. This time with a different character, my warrior. And I am in Hellfire Peninsula as I prepare and begin
I need to
quest.
target something first.
Okay, character, thank you for letting me know that I need to target something first. I hope everyone has had a wonderful day and had a wonderful night last night. Thank you, phone. I am aware that I am streaming. This is my spell breaker, even though he's not much of a spell breaker anymore because the talents, especially PvP talent, has been changed. The only thing I can really take for a spell breaker is rebound, which causes reflecting spells to deal 33% extra damage back to the attacker, which is pretty good. It's pretty good, but not the best. I've seen a lot better. The last time we had a mass spell reflect where everybody in the raid would get it, or at least everyone around you would get that, and make spellcasters pretty much useless against you for that one spell. I haven't played this in a while. Let's see how I do. I probably have no freaking clue if I'm doing this right. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm a paladin, not a warrior.
It's too far.
I bet you're wondering, wait, Hearthshield? Spellbreakers have warglaives. You're right, they do. But unfortunately, regular old random warglaives don't exist in this game. Unless you're a demon hunter, of course, or manage to farm the transmog from Black Temple. Last time I played this character, I had spell reflect. Is that a talent now? Where is my spell reflect? You gotta be kidding me. They made it level 47. Oh my gosh. Okay. So now we're a very, very bad spellbreaker. What I can do is I failed that. That's what I can do. I mistimed that. That was bad. underestimate the power of the Cinderine.
I'm out of range. I don't have a target. It's too far away.
Level 30. Not really like I need it. I have almost... I almost have all of the, Sunwell transmog gear. Weapons and whatnot.
Yo. Glad I could help.
Strength and honor.
Probably going to keep the shield that I have. Because the stats on it, I like more. I like those stats more. I must have missed a quest. There he is.
Relax. You be careful.
missed me. I have no idea how that hit. Of course, game logic says it hit, so there's that.
I'm out of range.
That was my bad. I mistimed that. Oops. Didn't mean to click that.
I need to get closer.
Maladash Malinore.
These are what the blood mages look like. Huh. I guess this is what the lizard is supposed to replicate. Kalthos's little orbs. Some of them don't even have that.
Our
The dark
enemies will
times will
fall.
Loktar. Down.
Epic upgrade. Neat.
Time is money, friend. Have a good one.
Greetings, man. What you want? Stay away from them.
What would you ask of death?
It's too far away.
I wonder why the Legion lost all those times. Look at their weapons. These ones have. Demonic runestone. I don't have one of those. Yeah, I do. I got one right there. What do you mean missing region? It's right there. Four? Okay. Okay. Come on, let's go. All of you.
I need to get closer.
like that.
It's too far away. I'm out of range. It's too far away. I'm out of range. I need to get closer. It's too far away.
Okay. Hit level 30 on that one. Now I'm gonna see if I can get the mage up there to level 30. That way I can have all my classes evened out. And I go from there.
Talk to me.
Well, that don't seem right. Why am I wearing blue?
Later.
And I should be wearing an heirloom. I should be wearing all heirlooms. What's going on here? I only have the helmet? What? Why? What the heck? What was going through my mind when I went and I decided not to do that? I don't even have the proper gear for it, but whatever. It doesn't matter to me. I guess I'm going to Orgrimmar for a good transmog. Jeez, what's going through my head? Wait a minute. I like that cloak. Unfortunately, it needs changing. I can only use this up to level 34, and then I have to switch back to regular gear. I guess that was why I didn't go through with it. Yeah, look. I technically need to replace my weapon. Oh, I already have this. Yep. Why does that go to Sunstrider Isle?
Loktar. May your
Okay,
blades
I need to
never
go to Orgrimmar. Is there a portal here? I doubt there is. Thought there was one, but I don't see it. Is there one in the tower? No. Might have to fly all the way to Shatrath. One in here. Nope. Alright. Flying to Shatrath. Whoops. My bad. If you're wondering why the FPS is dipping down to the 30s and tabbing out, hopefully you can't see that, but if you can, oh well. Probably gonna go here after I retransmog my gear. Probably gonna go here, cause you know, blood elves. Who doesn't like it? Actually, you know what? Go ahead and get the flight path.
Anaria Shola. We will have justice.
We will? Yes, we will. You know in the spot in Northrend where Naxxramas is, there's a building that looks kind of like this, but it's blue and not red. It's pretty cool. I like it. Yeah, it's a blue, it's like a high elf type building. Okay, is that you I spot? Is that you in the chat? Huh? Is that you in the chat? Probably not. He said he was really cold. He was defrosting. There it is. Look at me, I'm no longer a Blood Knight, I look like a frickin' clown. Or, not a Blood Knight, Spellbreaker. I look like a clown. Look at my shoes. Honestly, what was Blizzard thinking? Putting these shoes looking like that. They don't even look like actual war boots. Blizzard, what is this? Why would you make slippers with armor? That's what this is. This is house shoes. Slippers. Those are slippers. What on earth? What the? Okay. Alrighty. Old school undead Lordaeron footman. I guess that's what he is. Easy enough. Do that. I transmog. Oh yeah, that's right. I got a lot more weapons to use now. I'm still going to stick to the old one though. Unless, of course, I have a weapon that looks like a glaive. What the heck is this? Oh, artifacts. Neat. That's a good sword. I like that sword. There we go. And Spellbreaker has returned. What kind of shoulders are those? Those are neat. Let me see. You're only level 11, so you're not going to have the actual ones. Pauldrons of Roaring Flame. Can I physically look that up? Where are you from? Firelands, I should have known. I like those shoulders, it's pretty cool. Anyways, level 30. Probably going to log into my other character, the mage. My blood mage. It's actually a fire mage, but you know. That's how it be. The guy's got to pretend, right? Outland Adventurer. An orc that has some really mismatched armor. Okay. I'm just gonna log out right here. Okay, mage. My mage needs some serious upgrades on that transmog. Oh, geez, it's so bad. It's so bad. Please tell me I have something. Anything. What is this? Why am I not using this?
I'm out of range.
I mean, you're out of range.
I'm looking forward to our negotiation.
Please, for the love of all that's holy, have something. I have nothing! That's what I get for not playing a mage or a cloth-wearing character, ever. I mean, I could put this gear on, but, like, then I'll end up looking like a frickin' spellbreaker, and I don't want that. I could go like that. No. 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 I should have pretty cool staffs. Is that one? Oh, I must not have it. It drops out of Sunwell. See? Another reason to go through the Sunwell. There's a staff that I want. Let me see if I can find it. This. Golden Staff of the Cinderai. That's a cool looking staff. I have that staff. But this, I want that.
Welcome.
Welcome. Welcome. Okay, thank you. At least I thought I had that. Where is it? Ooh, Edmund That's a pretty cool looking staff. See, there's that. Give it a life-stealing glow, like an arcane type glow. Looks pretty good with the blue, since it has the blue gems on it. That'd be pretty cool. But jeez, I have nothing. Nothing! What is this? Even the belt looks bad. No. You know what? I'm just going to leave it as is. Because this is probably, if that's all I have, this is the best that I can probably make. I do like that staff, though. That's pretty cool. Okay, Outland. Do I kind of freaking... How far along in the Outland did I get? I got far. Wow. I don't even remember getting this far. Okay. That's fine. What level am I? 27? So we got some content to deal with. No. Why is my blank? Hold on a second. Go away. 100 mana pie. Teleport Silver Moon and Portal Silver Moon. Okay. A lollipop. I want mana pies. What the frick is this? It's garbage. What kind of frick? What lollipop gonna fill this man up? Look at him. He a grown man. I wish the world was that easy for all of us. Shoot. If I could get full off of a single lollipop, yeah, I'd be set. Okay, where am I going first? I guess I'll go up here to the Pools of Agonar. Just go up. Did y'all see my screen flash just now? Or was that my monitor? That was weird. I hope my monitor's not breaking. That would suck. That would suck. This thing ain't cheap. Towers controlled 1. That was a 0 when I was here last. Okay? Oh wait, I haven't left Terracar yet. Okay, so we're all right. We're good. Greetings. Hello, Kale. Welcome back, Kale. There are gnats all flying all around me, and they're getting on my nerves. Nazgul. The Citadel is ours. Nice. Nice. Magtheridon. So is this supposed to be like, what is this? Is this fell water? Is this water that is corrupted by the fell? No. Okay, I see. That's his blood. Oh, jeez. That's rough. That's a pit lord. And that's his blood. I thought that was like fell corrupted water, but no, far from it. And these guys are just walking it. I mean, that's freaking gross. That's nasty. That's a giant pit lord, though. I would hate to go up against that. And I would hate to go up against whatever killed it. Alright, what's my goal here? I need to destroy these terror fiends. Let me find a good spot. I might as well just start back here and work my way up. Because they're too close together. Plus these things. Blistering rot? No, that's blood. Okay? I'm sorry. But that's just old rotted blood. Yes, freaking gross. Alright, where's my pyroblast?
I need to get closer. I don't have a target.
I'm missing spells. Yep. Okay, here's how this is going to work. That's going here. I'm putting my frostbolt up here. You'll see why. There's my fire blast that I was looking for. Arcane Explosion, that's going up here for AoE purposes, because that's not a spammable thing like this is. See? Okay, this. Phoenix Flames, there they are. That used to be a talent. Yeah, that used to be a talent. Nice. That's also going up here. Pyroblast needs moved. Where should I move it to? Should I move it here? We'll see how it works. That knife looks like crap. Okay. I haven't played this in a... Uh-oh. Nope. 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 No. 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 Sorry. Jeez, all these rots. Come here, Terra Fiends. You better stay away from me, Fell Reaver. Okay, so fire, not what it used to be. Not what it used to be. Probably playing it way wrong now since the pre-patch changed everything. We'll see. I'll get it. I'll get the hang of it. It'll take me a minute though. I haven't played this character in about a month.
I need to target someone first.
5. That was a pretty good combo. Took it out quickly. I like that too. Knocking them back, do some movement. That's pretty good. I like that. I see why I took that. Whatever you do, don't even touch this. That gross, nasty, yucky crap. There you go. You can sit. You can be dead in your master's blood pool. Blizzard, why are you nasty? Stop. Almost done. Erasius the Cruel Slaying. I hope he's not in Elite. Okay, no, he's an Eridar though. Okay, gotta take these guys out. Come close. Pretty solid stuff. Erasius the Cruel. Here we go. we silenced each other. Aight, come on, me and you. I was getting ready to beat that guy down with my stick. He silenced me and I silenced him. And I was like, alright, let's go. Fist to fist, big boy. That was funny. Slow clap. Listen here, Kale. You're a nub and a coward. You're too scared to get on this game.
We will persevere.
Raw.
Okay?
Be safe.
Greetings, man.
Take it back or I wrecked you. No. You're a coward. You're scared. You're scared of this game. I don't know why you're scared of this game, but you are. You're a scared little boy. For whatever reason, is just terrified of this game. You're bad. Okay. Yeah, that's why I'm playing and you're not, right? That's why I'm playing and you're not. I got you. Shut up? Nah. Nah, you shut up. You shut up. I'm not the one cowering behind a streamer. Where am I going here? What is this? Earth are these fell orcs even remotely posing a challenge if they use stone weapons? Stone is a lot more brittle than metal. Actually, I do have a rug underneath my chair. Try again, you nub.
What do you need? Speak, friend. Strength.
Peace, friend. Sunshine. Strength and honor. May your blades never dull.
You know who that is right there? That's Kale. That's Kale right now. He's sitting here watching this, and he looks just like this. His hair's a mess. His skin has been grayed. His eyes are freaking red from lack of sleep. That's him right there. I just realized. You could see through. You could see their teeth. That's freaking weird. Oh dang, you can see directly through it, dude. Yeah, that's weird. But yeah, that's Kale. That's Kale right there. Because he's too much of a chicken to get on this game. Ain't that right, Kale? Great teeth. Great teeth. Kale, those teeth are rotting out of their head. That's definitely you. Because you're too much of a chicken to get on this game and play with me. You're scared of the game, and I don't know why. You'd think after all the crap we've been through during Legion that you'd be braver than anything else. Bravest man alive. Clearly, that is not true. If that were true, you would most definitely be here. The Maghar? Wait a minute. Is this where you go for the, for that allied race unlock? No. Surely not. Surely not. Surely not. That can't be right. What am I supposed to do here? Spirit guide. Use the wolf totem at the location where you found. Oh, I gotta go. Oh, I see. I'm not even supposed to be here yet. Where did I find that corpse? Somewhere down here, wasn't it? I don't see a corpse. Is it over here? It's probably over here. Yep, there it is. Gotta follow this dang spirit wolf.
I need a target.
boy, it's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a while. Yeah. Yeah. As soon as I hit level 30, I'm probably gonna go to my main and do the Headless Horseman. Yeah, I only have 2 more days to try to get the mount. I probably won't get it, but if I do, hey, nice. I'm not too upset if I wouldn't, because I already got something good that I've been looking for. Let's see. Feats of Strength? Not on this character. Yeah, it is on this character. I got Thoradal the Star's Fury. I also have the Warglaves of Azeroth on my Demon Hunter. The actual ones, not the transmog ones from the Time Walking, the actual ones, because I didn't know. But see, I saw people with the Warglaves, I was like, oh, you can transmog those now? So I went looking for them. Funniest story, I was on my Demon Hunter. One run, I got both of them. At the same time. First run I've done, I got them both. I was so disappointed when I realized you couldn't transmog those unless you had the time walking ones. I thought that was so stupid. One run. A single run. I got both of them. It was crazy. That is the 3rd train to go by my house within the past 15 minutes. The 3rd one. What is going on today? Kale's secretly upset. He's like, I spent years trying to get those Warglaves. Yeah, well, I spent about 10 minutes. You go and look at me. Don't be staring at me, big boy. It's not my fault. I just happened to got real lucky that time.
Loktar, what do you need?
My pappy owns Blizzard and he's going to ban me. He's going to ban you!
For the Horde.
No, your pappy gonna ban you.
Magraw. Go forth to victory.
It's unfortunate that I can't transmog those weapons. I think I still have them on that character. I should still have them. Hopefully both of them. I mean, clearly, I have both of them. They wouldn't give me the achievement if I have one on one character and the other on another character, would it? I'm trying to remember. It's been a while ago. But I'm 99% certain that both of them are on that character. I can go look. Let me just go look. I know I had to have gotten them both on the same character in the same run. It's kind of funny actually, running through Black Temple as a demon hunter after the starting part is literally you leaving Illidan. It's on my other realm with my very poorly named characters because I made them when I was like what, 10? Where is he? I haven't touched him yet. still have one more somewhere. Unspent talent points. I thought I set
Champion,
them.
an urgent war council is underway.
Shut up.
Your presence is requested.
Shut up. I actually have no idea what I'm doing. That's unfortunate. I got stink bombed. Anyways, back to the task at hand. Do I have them? I do. See? Told you I had them. Got them both within like 10 minutes. Same run, too. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the actual animation. You can do that though. Looks pretty cool when you
It's too far away.
Blizzard, please, for the love of all things holy, make these moggable. Why do you have these not moggable? Why do you have to have the time walking ones be moggable? I don't like that. That's so stupid. Like, that's the truth. It's stupid. It's dumb. Unless they fixed it already and I just didn't know about it. What are these considered? Swords? One-handed swords? Yeah, it's not even here. It's not on there. Why? Blizzard, please. Fix this garbage. Fix this crap.
Shall we get down to business?
It's not even under the Warglaives either. It's so stupid. It's so dumb. It's so freaking stupid. Anyways, yeah, there they are. I got them both. Proof, undeniable. It's just Blizzard wants to make things extremely difficult. Unnecessarily difficult, actually. Why can I transmog Thoradal the Star's Fury, but I can't transmog this? They're both legendaries. Why can I transmog Thunder Fury, but I can't transmog this? Both legendaries. Blizzard, what is going through your head? Why make a time-walking version of these moggable, but not the actual ones? That makes it so hard on people who actually work to get these. It's just unnecessarily difficult. People who work so hard to get these, who have been farming these things for years, some people who still haven't gotten them after farming them for years, and when they do get them, they can't mog them. What's going through your head, Blizzard? What is that garbage? What is that crap?
I'm out of range.
What is with this guy? Quit putting pumpkins on my head, you freak. I used to be somewhat of a Demon Hunter, but not that great. Demon Hunter just, I was not good at these things. Some people who play these characters are amazing. I'm like, wow, you just made this. Not me. I can't. Well, the only things that look so weird. That animation just looks weird to me. Those Warcrafts. It looks so much better than this. It's unfortunate. But that's how it is, I guess. Well, that's just great. How do you manage how do you manage this? How do you fly in but can't fly out in the same spot? There we go. Unnecessary difficulty from Blizzard for zero reason. I guess they're like, they did that just because they think they can. And they can, yeah, that's right, they can. Why is it that you can can you transmog Thunder Fury? I haven't seen it on here. Yeah, look. You can transmog Thunder Fury, but you can't transmog this. Blizzard, fix this crap. Either make them all transmoggable or not at all. You know why they did that? They did that because they know they knew that when they put the demon hunters out, that they're going to be farming for this. In droves. They're like, huh, well, we don't want things to be any easier for them. Let's make things even harder, even though they're hard as is to get these things. Let's make it to where they gotta do time walking instead. It's so stupid. It's dumb. People are going to do time walking regardless. You don't have to give an extra incentive to do them. Just let people play the dang game. It's so frustrating. It's unnecessarily frustrating. Let me see, I can't check. I was going to see if Sulfuron's hammer, or whatever you call it, if that's in there. Let me check Legion artifacts. Yeah. I don't think there's a legendary axe. Kind of funny how there's not. It's mostly swords or hammers. Or bows or guns. But Blizzard, please, stop. Get some help. It's such a waste. It's such a waste. Some people spend years farming those weapons, and then when they finally get them, what's the point? Just to have them for the achievement? Achievement's not good enough. Achievement is not good enough. I want to be able to use them. I want to be able to mog my warglaves as those weapons. Even though they're labeled as swords, I want to be able to do that. To slap you if you say that again. Isn't there a staff that's also legendary? I think it's the Great Staff Atish, right? Can I transmog that? If I happen to come across it from Karazhan? Is it even obtainable now? I don't even think it's obtainable. I think I would have seen it by now. Yeah. Can't even, it's not even obtainable now. But they got all these other legendaries that you can transmog. But they're gonna keep the warglaves not transmog. What sense does that make? Oh, I'm gonna.
May your blades never dull.
I'm gonna harbor that. I'm gonna keep on that for a while. That bothers me. I'm gonna rant about it for a little bit. Anything else that's a legendary? Anything at all? Any wands that are legendary? Doubt that, but hey, never know. Hey, can you imagine? Just imagine for a second. A character where they added a legendary wand back in Burning Crusade that had both Atiesh and that wand. Imagine how strong that character would be. If I type in legendary, yeah, it doesn't. Quest. If I type in quest, no. Shadowmourne isn't even a legendary weapon, is it? Isn't that just a purple, an epic? Or is it like, does it drop as a purple, and then you do a quest, and it becomes legendary? Is that how it works? Is that how it works? It's legendary? Yeah, I couldn't remember. Yeah, see?
Anu Belore de la Na. The reckoning is at hand.
Here I said there was no axes that were legendary. Completely forgot.
We will have justice.
Let me see. Can I even look that up? No, I can't. That's unfortunate. Not on this character.
We will persevere.
I think it started out as a purple, as just this random axe model. And then you do a quest, and it becomes Shadowmourne, and the model changes in this like more higher resolution. It's like really, really nice. A really good upgrade.
State your business. Shurelaran.
What business have
Remember back in the day with Death Knights, where they
enemies will
used to be able
fall.
to turn into ghouls upon death, and then before that, if their allies die, they could raise them as ghouls, and not like an NPC. No, I'm talking about like something that's playable. Do you remember that, or am I just insane?
Speak
I think it was
quickly.
this. Jonathan Prisoner.
Beware the living.
Yeah, it was a thing, and the problem was, it got nerfed and removed within the same patch, I believe, because of how strong that was. Like, if you died and you turned into a ghoul for 45 seconds, you weren't dealing just regular NPC damage. You were actually dealing, like, dungeon boss level damage. You were hurting them. You would destroy them. And before that, if you happened to raise an ally or several allies as a ghoul, you would decimate. You would just dominate the battlefield. I remember I was playing on my paladin, and that happened one time. I was facing off against two of them things. That was rough. That was a rough 45 seconds. That was, oh gosh, that was nightmarish. I wouldn't want to go through that again. But let me tell you something. That really tested my skill as that paladin. I really had to step up my game with that one.
I'm out of range.
Ooh, that was difficult. That was hard. It was even harder in a battleground where you had like 20 of these things. Now, people want to argue with me when I say this. I remember vividly, like it was yesterday, when I saw one of the trailers for Wrath of the Lich King. It announced, new hero class, Death Knight. And I wondered, what is a hero class? And it explained it. A hero class is a class that starts at a higher level than all the other classes. All the other classes start at level 1. The Death Knight started at level 55, which made it a hero class. And to be able to play that, you had to have a level 55 or higher on another class. People argue with me today still about that, saying, no, that's not a hero class. What's the heroic about it? Because they don't frickin' remember it. That's not their fault. I don't blame them. It was a long time ago. Do you remember? Does anyone on here that watches this stream even remember? Because I swear, up and down, day and night, that that's what it said. In fact, I'm pretty sure I can, like, pull up a video. probably pull up a video and look at it. But still, am I the only one who recalls this here? Kale, what about you? Do you remember? He's probably looking at a video right now. Maybe I've lost my mind. Maybe it actually never happened and I'm just crazy. I'd believe that too. Nope, been too long. That's unfortunate. Maybe I'll present it on stream. Maybe not, I don't know. That's probably a bad idea if I plan to put this on YouTube. But I vividly remember, I was so excited. I was like, wait, new class? What? Wow! Death Knight? Wow, that's so cool! I was just a kid. I was amazed. A cool story, bro. If they re-released Wrath, you would be all over. I know you would. Without a doubt, you'd be all over that. Tell me a cool story, bro, please. Oh yeah. Oh, I would know life it too. Believe me. I would know life that expansion to Oblivion and back. How on earth am I gonna kill everything here and not get all the items I need? There's one over here. No, it's not. Trust me, if they re-released Wrath, I would be all over that. I would remake my Death Knights and everything. I just recently started getting back into a Death Knight too. Because I haven't touched it since Wrath. Like, since Wrath ended, I kind of just quit playing my Death Knight. Because that was like, to me, after Wrath ended and Kata came out, in my opinion, that's when World of Warcraft tanked. That's when the game tanked and started going bad. Now, it didn't go bad immediately. It was a gradual thing. Wrath was its peak, I think. Wrath was the best the game could have been. And then after that, it started gradually just descending. It started getting more and more boring to me. And now here with BFA, that it's still true to this day. Look how BFA tanked. Look how bad WoD did. Warlords of Draenor. Look how bad that did. Legion was alright. It peaked there, but it was not nearly as good as Wrath. Not nearly as good as Wrath. I'm sorry. Yeah, like Mr. Pandaria, I was skeptical. Let me put it this way. I was open. I was open-minded about it.
Guides us. The reckoning is at hand.
I wanted to believe that it was going to be a good expansion. I personally disagreed on the addition of the Pandaren as a race, but it is what it is. That happened. I played it. I got really bored leveling through it, though. Let me tell you something. I've never really liked questing at all. Dungeoning was alright, but I've never really liked questing, but Pandaria to me, it was so dull. It was so dull. I had such a hard time keeping myself focused on my quests. This person just shield through my pyroclast? Oh, there is to it. You're done. Big as that. I don't like that. Quite amazing how we went from noob explorers to titan slayers, right? And now here we're about to face the jailer, who is this is Blizzard's words. Blizzard's words. The jailer is Titan++. That means that the jailer is actually twice as strong as Sargeras. So now we're about to go into the mall and kill the jailer. So now we're stronger than Titan Slayers. See, that's one of my problems with World of Warcraft. At the start of World of Warcraft, at vanilla, you were thrusted into this game where you were told, not even told, you were literally thrown in the dev said, have fun. That's what happened. That's what we did. We went there, we explored, we saw the world, we quested. Yeah, twice as strong as Sargeras. Just die. Quit freaking running and die. Okay. Yeah, twice as strong as Sargeras. This thing was... Exactly. Just like we did in the Zoth. And oh god. But, anyway. At the vanilla WoW, we were thrusted into this game with a massive world. Thousands of quests. So much things to do. We didn't know what to do. Most players didn't even know where to start. I didn't know where to start. I was just like, oh. It didn't hold your hand or anything like that, but that's not the point of what I'm trying to say. You started out as an adventurer. Fresh from home. Into Northshire. Or Shadowglen. Or what's the starting zone for the orcs called? Hold on a second, I'll find it. Valley of Trials. You wanted to make a name for yourself. You started out with nothing. You worked your way up a little bit. You got yourself some garbage shoulder pads. Hey, garbage, but
Everything has
garbage
a price.
is better than nothing. So you felt good. You got your shoulder pads. You're feeling pretty confident. You go in there thinking your shoulder pad is going to save you from getting ganked by 3 mobs, you die. Then the spirit healers. Spirit healers be like, hey, it ain't your time yet, so I'm gonna leave your spirit on the planet so you can go and get your body back. That's how it worked. Burning Crusade. See, with Classic, you didn't really have a goal. There was no set plan until Encourage. Let me explain what I mean by that. You had Onyxia. You had Nefarian. You had all of them. They threatened the world. They were like, I wouldn't say they threatened the world, but they were raid bosses that just caused problems. They caused problems. So the adventurers got together, they dealt with them. Then Encourage came around. They caused problems, but here's the difference. The feeling you got from Encourage as a raid, 2 raids actually, I believe, they were threatening to invade, which one was it? Kalimdor? They were threatening to invade Kalimdor. Yeah. They had a massive army, and they were ready to go right into Silithus, right into Feralis and Ungaro, right into the Thousand Needles, and just start wreaking havoc. So now we had a purpose. We weren't just banding together to fight a problem, an uber-powerful problem person. We were going in there to stop a potential world-ending threat. Or not really world-ending, but like a potential threat that would cause the death of thousands. Then comes Burning Crusade. Here we are now, straight through the Dark Portal, right there to the Path of Glory. We see the demons are trying to invade Azeroth. We get the same feeling of purpose, but at the same time, this is the first time you've faced the Burning Legion at such a scale. You're not ready. You don't have the proper gear. Your gear is old and worn. You need to get new gear. To do that, you got to do exploration. You got to look around, see what you can find. Netherstorm. Tempest Keep. Shadowmoon Valley. Black Temple. And then, finally, the elves are asking for help. Kael'thas has summoned Kil'jaeden to attempt to invade Azeroth and destroy the planet. With your new gear from Tempest Keep and Black Temple, you valiantly gather your strength with all the other heroes. You side with the Cinderai. You side with the Draenei. You invade the Sunwell to restore a people's lost power. A people's culture that has been destroyed by Kael'thas Sunstrider and the Lich King Arthas. Now I bet you're wondering, wait a minute. I thought Arthas was the one who destroyed the Sunwell. No. Arthas corrupted the Sunwell, resurrecting Kel'Thuzad. Arthas corrupted it. He didn't destroy it. He corrupted its waters. Kael'thas destroyed the Sunwell. But he did it for a good cause. If he didn't destroy the Sunwell, his people would die from the corruption of the Sunwell. So, instead of dying immediately, he chose the path of a slow death. That way it would give them time. It would give them time to figure out a new solution. That's why he sided with Illidan. Illidan gave them what they needed. But the problem was, Kael'thas kind of fell. He kind of got a little mad with power. So that's how that whole thing started. But anyways, Wrath of the Lich King comes around. You have your nice, fancy elven and Dranic gear. But then you realize, the Scourge is relentless. The Scourge, they do not sleep. They have no need to eat. They have no need to do anything that a mortal living person needs to do. You know what happens? They invade Azeroth. They go from Northrend. They invade Stormwind. They invade Teldrassil. They invade Orgrimmar. All of them. Necropolis everywhere. And that's when you realize that the war truly started. Now your purpose is to join with the Argent Crusade. No longer are you an adventurer, but you are a soldier of the light. You are a soldier of justice. Regardless of what your class is, be it Death Knight or Paladin, you are a soldier of justice in the light, with a common goal to stop the Lich King. You still have the adventurous vibe, but you also have a sworn duty to stop the Scourge. So, you notice a pattern here, right? Each expansion that goes around, you go from being less of an adventurer to more of a person stopping the big bads. And each big bad always threatening the whole of Azeroth. And now, here we are. We have already been to another planet. Of course, we've already... Technically, Outland is another planet. But, in this case... Planet Argus. Argus has a Titan's soul within it. It is corrupted. I believe it is the Titan of Death. Now suddenly, instead of being just regular average adventurers who band together to destroy a common foe like that, you're killing Titans! There's an issue there. Blizzard has this habit, and this has been a habit that from the start almost, where each raid boss has to be stronger than the last. Instead of making them more unique in their own ways, they're just more powerful. They have more power. See, the first two expansions, Burning Crusade and Wrath, I wouldn't say that the bosses, the characters themselves, had more power than another. Arthas was smarter. He was slightly stronger than Illidan. That's why he destroyed him at the Frozen Throne. Not destroyed him, but you know what I mean. He wounded him. We are pretty much Dragon Ball Z characters at this point. Yeah, see, this is my issue. We have gotten so strong as individuals in the story that it doesn't feel authentic anymore. Like, now we're going to face off against the Jailer, who's stronger than Titans. We've already slain Titans. We've defeated Sargeras. We defeated the Titan of Death. I mean, there's no uniqueness to these villains anymore. It's just, oh, this guy's stronger than the last one. Next expansion comes out. Oh, this guy's stronger than that guy. I'm getting it's getting tiresome. It's getting dull to me. We're always having to get stronger and stronger and stronger to the point where there's not going to even be a point to having villains on this game. We're already at Titan level strength. What's next? Are we going to fight the light in the void? Not as characters, but as just pure entities? Are we going to destroy an entity? Like, there's a point that you need to stop and reflect on what you're doing. Remember when we first met Ragnaros? Or first walked into Blackwing? Yeah. Like, Ragnaros, admittedly, they had said that he had been awoken too soon, and he was not strong enough. But Ragnaros isn't a frickin' Titan. He's not a Titan. Blackwing Rare, Nefarian is Deathwing's son. Not Deathwing, but his son. Obviously, he's not going to be as strong as the Earth Warder. Obviously. There is zero reason for him to be that strong. But of course, he wasn't. Thankfully. But now we're sitting here, Shadowlands is coming up, and we're about to face the Jailer. For whatever reason, they had decided to make Sylvanas stronger than the Lich King. Like, I get it. Bolvar didn't have Frostmourne. Frostmourne and the Helm of Domination together basically made an almost unstoppable couple. Almost. That is until Tyrion came along and decided not. And that's another thing. Let me explain something else. Tyrion was the hero. Not us. Not the players. Tyrion. Blizzard is slowly changing that. You see, back when they were actually difficult to beat, now they're just walking over. Yeah. Tyrion was the hero. Varian was the hero. Jaina was the hero. Thrall, Garrosh. They were set up to be the heroes that our characters looked up to. Now it feels like that these days, we're the heroes that they look up to. It doesn't feel the same. And let me put it this way. The player's goal, I would feel like the average player's goal, was to become strong enough to be viewed as one of those heroes. Which, yeah, that should be a goal. That you should have that mindset back in the back of your mind. That's the entire purpose of having legendary weapons and items in the game, so you can get onto the path of becoming as strong as one of those heroes. But the reality would be, never. You would never get that strong. Having the mindset of wanting to be there is what drove the average player to keep going. At least that's what mine was. My mindset was wow. It was wow. I saw Varian. I saw how strong he was. I was like, dang, I wish I had a warrior that strong. I saw Tyrion with the Ashbringer, and I was like, dang, I want to be that strong. I want to be a hero. You know what I did? I set it was a goal. I wanted to become that strong. Did I get there? No. Am I there now? During Legion, yeah. During Legion, you were stronger than Tyrion. Far stronger. It kind of fulfilled the goal, right? But it didn't feel right, did it? No. In fact, it felt not right. It felt wrong. Do y'all understand what I'm saying here? Where I'm trying to go with this? I'm having difficulty explaining. Because my mindset works differently than most. Like, in Wrath, you were viewed as champions, but not as strong as one such as Tyrion or Varian, Jaina, Sylvanas, Garrosh, Thrall, them people. And the villains nowadays aren't unique. Like I said before, they're just one more powerful than the other, and then the next one's more powerful than that one, and the next one after that is more powerful than the last. Blizzard needs to stop with this power gaming crap. This isn't Naruto. This isn't Dragon Ball Z. This isn't any anime crap where every villain has to be so much stronger than the last. No. This is World of Warcraft. There is a uniqueness to this game that I feel like Blizzard is losing. Or have maybe even already lost. The villains need to be more unique. Have a tactical villain. Have a villain that is a professional at leading an army. That can outwit you at every turn. Not necessarily strong, but smart, a genius. Star Wars kind of did this properly. Not the Old Republic. Don't confuse me with that crap MMO. I'm talking about just the general story. Sure, you had Palpatine. You had Vader. They were strong. But you also in the past had other villains that were tactical. That were smart about their strength. That were smart about their weaknesses. That knew what to do, when to do it, how to do it. Warcraft doesn't have that. Warcraft needs to start getting with that. They need to make more unique villains. Not villains of power, but villains of mind. Why are they doing what they're doing? How did they... What's their upbringing? What's their backstory? We had that with Arthas. That's why people loved him so much. Arthas had this backstory which led him to this point, and then he gets to that point, and people like him even more. He gets super strong, yeah. Is he a tactical genius? I wouldn't say so. He was probably the first among all the others about the power gaming thing. But people liked him anyways because of how much story that he had put back there. Now we're given villains that don't even have that much. This jailer comes around. Who the heck is he? Yeah, we get it. He's the leader of the mall. How did he get there? What was he like before? Was there even a before? There needs to be tactical things. There is more to a story element than just raw strength in a villain. There needs to be more of that. I think Blizzard's writers just do not understand that concept. They just don't get it. I have been writing, whether it be role-playing or attempting to write my own stories. I have done this for a decade. Now, I'm not saying that to try to take away any type of credibility from the writers of Warcraft. No, I'm not doing that. I'm saying that to try to give people an idea of where I'm coming from. I have written and co-written for a long time. My stories may not have been that great, but they still had motive. There was still uniqueness. You agree? Good. This is what I'm trying to get people to understand where I'm coming from here. Need more tactics. There needs to be more than just tactics too. Tactics is good. They can start with tactics, but they also need other things too, other elements. Like here's something. Here's something. They haven't done this yet. Yeah, they have. I lied. Yeah, they have. They've done this. But the problem is that it was too obvious. Why not have an expansion where the villain is unknown? Where the main bad guy is unknown, and they can have this huge plot twist at the end, or even at the middle ground, at the climax of the story, where, oh, this guy's the actual bad guy. Oh, wow, I never would have guessed that. You see, people would eat that up. People would eat that crap up like it was cookies. I know I would. I would love something like that. Imagine an expansion where a mysterious evil comes around. You don't know who it is. You can't find them. You start unraveling mysteries. But the problem is the mysteries don't even point to the bad guy. They just point to where it all started. It doesn't point to who's the bad guy at all. When in reality, climax happens. You're all betrayed in a raid. Like, imagine they have a raid to invade the bad guy's base. Not the main bad guy, but like the bad enemy force, enemy army's base. You go through all the bosses of the lieutenants and the commanders, and at the very end, you're all betrayed. You know who it would be? I don't know. It's not my story. But if it was, I would make it... Actually, I actually don't know. Now, I say they did this before. With who? Garrosh. But it was obvious who it's going to be. That's the problem. It was way too obvious what was going on with the Horde. But I'm not saying to do this with the Horde. Do it with the Alliance. Shoot. They did that with Onyxia. But the thing is, that was still obvious. You would go up in Classic, go up to Onyxia, or Lady Prestor, or whatever her frickin' name was, and she'd glare at you. Like, why is she even there? Why was she such a hateful human? Why was she standing so close to King Rin? King Rin being a child, it's expected that he probably wouldn't run the kingdom all that good. But, even as a child, surely he wouldn't just take away all of the guards from Westfall, all of the military presence from Darkshire, all of the military presence from Redridge. No. And if you look at all 3 zones, it all adds up. It was obviously her. Why would Bolvar do it? Bolvar's his protector. But I'm saying, have a tactical villain. Have a villain that works undercover. Have a villain that you wouldn't even expect to be. But the issue is, Blizzard spoils everything before the expansion's even released. The first expansion. Not expansion, I mean, the first cinematic they had for Shadowlands. Sylvanas destroys the Helm of Domination. The veil is ripped open. Shattered. The realm of death itself present in Azeroth. She goes up there, and you see a figure in the shadows. It opens its eyes. It's blue. The spikes on his head remind you of the crown, just a little bit. Reminded me of the crown. But you don't know who they are. They look like they're chained down to something. At least that's what it looked like to me. Then the next frickin' cinematic, they just say, oh, it's this guy. That's who it is. Like, really? You couldn't have waited until the expansion comes out to reveal the villain later? The story element is severely lacking with Warcraft. The lack of uniqueness in the villains is very, very sorry. If I can come up with something like this, I know they can, and they're getting paid for it.
Baladash Malanore.
They're getting paid for it. What am I doing? I'm giving them money. I'm making these ideas while giving them my money to play this game. Why don't they get their crap together? Get together as a team. All of them. All the teams. In one giant frickin' meeting. And discuss this. Why don't they do that? This whole idea of you think you want it but you don't, that's a game killer. You saw exactly what happened when they said that about Classic. People got angry. They got mad. Some of them even quit the game.
I need to target something first.
And now look. They released Classic. Wow. Resounding success. Resounding. It's just undeniable success. Undeniable success. So yeah, that whole idea of you think you want it but you don't, that needs to go out the window. Listen to what we want, Blizzard. We're giving you this money. We are handing you money for this game. That's like, I think that is the equivalent of just giving someone free money. To give a company money and then having that same company not give you you what you expect in return. That's just giving them money at that point. That's them doing all that they want and not thinking about the consequences. That needs to change. That is not how a business should run. What do I know? I'm not a business major in college. I'm a criminal justice major. I focus on laws and stuff. And before anyone gets any ideas, please keep the law stuff out of this stream. Keep politics away. I have enough of that garbage in college. I do this streaming stuff to ease my mind from that stress. And I appreciate it. Back to the top. Blizzard can most definitely do better. With their stories and everything else. They can. If they can produce a story such as Warcraft 3, Wrath, or Burning Crusade, they can do it again. Or maybe not, since Mr. Metzen left. Maybe they can. I find sad about it though. Metzen left and retired. He just recently came out of retirement. He's working on another genre. A new story. Tabletop game. Called War Chief. Check it out. It's pretty cool. It's pretty neat, I believe. But that's sad. That kind of tells me that he retired from Blizzard because World of Warcraft was going in a way that he didn't like. And it wasn't changing. That's what it tells me. I could be wrong.
Victory lies ahead.
I hope I'm wrong. I would hate to see the leader, the creator of Warcraft quit because of the story being mashed in.
Salama Ashalanore.
I would hate that.
Farewell.
I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Like, imagine making something and having the people, several years later, having the people working on it. How the times have changed. Yeah, times have definitely changed. Most definitely. I think it's sad. Blizzard can do so much better.
Baladash Malanore. Death to all who oppose us.
Have you seen some of the things that didn't make it in the previous expansions? What are your thoughts on that? Didn't make it, what do you mean? Like story ideas? Oh, kind of like how classic is the Emerald Dream, right? There's Kaiser. Hello, Kaiser. Kaiser missed my rant. Oh, I was supposed to cage that. Okay. Shatrath was going to be a raid? That's interesting. I wonder how that would have worked. It probably would have made more sense of how Shatrath came to be. See, because look. See these areas that are dungeons? The Mana Tomes, the Akanai Crypts, Shadow Labyrinth. This is one giant citadel. This is the same as this. If you had to fight for this one, I wouldn't have minded having to fight for this one. Like, imagine having to do a raid to make this a city that you can go into. That would have made sense. I would have liked that. And you would have gotten some gear out of it, too. Listen here, you little piece of bitch. A female? You've got to be kidding me. You anger me. You anger me a lot. they reset. That one's not going to. Listen here. Crap. NPCs are sometimes better than the players are. I've seen some NPCs smarter than actual other players. But yes, Kaiser, I was ranting. Get over it. You would rant too if your favorite game went to crap. Ranting about how the story element in this game has just gone to such garbage. This better be a female. Of course not.
Our enemies will fall.
I'll get you
Be ready
later.
for anything.
Never played WoW before, ripped the story. I thought this game was pretty popular over like a decade or two. It is a popular game, but its player base is angry at it. For the exact same reason that Star Wars' fans are mad at Disney. Come on. Really? Another male? I hate these stupid swoopers. I hate these things. It went downhill after Wrath. It went downhill. Cataclysm was okay, but it wasn't the best. I've seen way better. Yeah, it's called Wrath. Burning Crusade. Those were really good. Then Activision stepped in too. And now Blizzard's pretty much ran by them, and they can't lift a finger without their say-so. I feel like Ian is a puppet of Activision, so that doesn't help much. done here? Oh, that's right, I gotta rescue that girl. And turn in that quest. Turn it in up here, then I'll get that girl out. Avru's Orb. Okay. There it is. I think.
I need to get closer.
Who are you guys voting for in the election? We're not talking about that. Don't even. Don't even. We don't do politics up here. Don't even do that, guys. You should know better, boy. You know me enough. You should know better. Is this the orb? Oh, I have to fight an elemental. Oh no. Missed. Oh. Well, that's it. Cool. Now back to save that. I mean, your internet cut. Kale, explain to the nub what I just said. Exactly. No politics. And another thing, for anyone who's watching this on YouTube and thinks, oh jeez, I'm gonna freaking die. Why do you hit so freaking much? Okay. I need to be quick here. Okay, what was I saying? Oh yeah, for those people watching on YouTube who thinks it's funny to go on my channel when I'm streaming and post links, don't do that. Don't advertise for viewers on my stream. Don't advertise, period. I don't care if you want to talk about how you stream or what you stream, but don't actively try to advertise for your viewers or my viewers to come to you while I'm streaming. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's mean. If you want to talk about what you stream, that's fine. I don't care about that. That doesn't bother me. What bothers me is when you actively try to take viewers, my stream, to yours.
The eternal sun guides us. Our enemies will fall.
How's that a thing? Bandages is considered a shirt, so okay.
State your business.
It's gonna get rough. It's gonna get real rough. I might not need to fight them.
Baladash Malinore.
I must help my people return. This one too. Jeez. Really? Really? These escort quests are stupid. Just get this thing out of the way.
I need to target something first.
What business have you?
Victory lies ahead.
will pass.
Anaria Shola.
Did she just straight up? She just straight up. Did I
Keep
do
your
all
wits about
that?
you.
Did I do all that just for her to die at the end? That's no. No, that's stupid. I don't think she died, it's just the death animation, but still.
We will persevere. We will have justice. Our enemies will fall. Remember the sun well.
The eternal sun guides us. Farewell.
and some pillows. It's not even that far.
We will persevere. We will have justice. Glory to the Sindori.
Oh, that's not a bad hood. I like how that looks. Oh, I'm level 30, which means I can focus on the horseman. Maybe I'll get the mount for the helmet. Place is surprisingly dead today. Oh, of course someone declines it. Can't just win. Watch it be the same guy. Probably the same guy doing this. There. Finally. Alright, let's get this done. I am Blood Elf Paladin.
It is over. Your search is done. Let fate choose now. The righteous one. new adventure
Mount.
lies in store.
Helmet. Something. Darn it. Got a helmet. I got a helmet, alright, not the one that I wanted. See, they got the helmet that I wanted. Lucky. Well, last day for it, and I think after that, I'll have to wait. Nope, 2 days left. This is the end day. The 1st of November. Yeah, 1st of November. But that starts Day of the Dead. Dark Ranger. Don't look like a Dark Ranger to me. Okay, what do I do now? Could go to my other paladin and try for it again. He's not as geared as this guy, though. Even still, this isn't geared at all. My soldier of Lord Aron. Wonder if Kale remembers the first time he saw this shield in Culling Stratham. I remember that shield dropped one time and I wanted it. So true Kale had a game where Steam said 1 year until it's done. Yes, it is very true. That is that is true. Several times over. Back when he had garbage internet, any game he tried to download, it said like 360 some days until it would be finished. Alright, let's try it again.
It is over. Your search is done. Let fate choose now.
His head popped off in like a second.
Bring victory at last! Bring victory at last! To this fallen knight!
Alrighty.
What new adventure lies in store?
Helmet or mount? I got a mask. Meanwhile, someone else once again gets the helmet. Okay, game, you're funny. Game's got a sense of humor. Could try again, but then again, it wouldn't be plate. I'm looking for plate, not cloth or leather or mail. Well, that's it, really. I don't know what else to do. Is Kale even there? He hasn't spoken. There it is. Kale is bad mod. Wow. That's a neat weapon. This is the shield I was talking about that I liked. Came from this dungeon. That's what I have right now. Really good. Star Wars: The Old Republic, that game won't amount to this one. It just can't. It can't even try to compete with it. Flying mounts is kind of overpowered, not really. Considering how massive the world is, and plus, I'm right here. Look how big this map is. Look how slow my arrow moves. Look how many worlds there are. Of equal size. They're kind of necessary. Blue Dragonflight. What are they doing here? Huh. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just moving. This will increase my movement speed on my mount by an additional 20%, so now I'm at 330% flight speed. So far in the story, 2 cities have burned. Undercity and Darnassus. this in so long. Soon as I get to level 50, I'm going straight to, is it this one? No. It was this one. I'm going straight to the Nighthold and getting this recolor. You'll see why. It looks cool. It glows. I like that. That's actually very helpful. Definitely taking it. Let me just, oh, that's cool. Missed some. Okay, what am I doing? Oh, I remember getting this mount. This mount was a pain in the butt to get. Had to farm reputation and a currency in order to buy it. The next mount I want is this. Gee, 7th Legion Service Medal. I need 750 of them. Where do I get this? Provisioner Stout Forge. Provisioner Stout Forge. No, that's not right. Must be down here. No. Oh wow, that's neat.
Ah, welcome.
Prisoner Stout Forge, where are you?
I've been collecting these skulls.
Fiona. Wait, what are you
How
doing?
may I help you?
Okay, I don't know where Provisioner Stout Forge is.
Finest wares in Cool Terrace right here.
Greetings.
You've got the coin? Because I've got the bargains.
Well, that's neat.
I am honored.
Right.
Goddess.
Nothing. Okay.
Greetings, traveler. In darkest night, we still shine with hope. Light be with you.
Use every weapon at your disposal.
They gonna get wrecked. Look at their face. They're like, ooh no.
What can I do for you? Fancy a cuppa? Look always to the sea. hell's favor, friend?
Underway.
For
Clear for
Kultiras.
action.
Finest wares in Kultiras, right here.
Wait, those two are still there. Everyone that's in this cave right now has been here. For I can't say no. The last time I was in here was days ago. Why are they still here? Just the multi-boxers. Not like there was a 5 druids. Still need to get this guy. And what Blizzard lets it happen. They let it happen. And they wonder why people are so frustrated with them.
Let me show you what I got. Stop by anytime.
But you can hear them. It's so stupid. Level 45. Are they leveling just doing this alone?
Dreadful state of affairs, isn't it? What news from the mainland? Any rumors on the wind?
Probably in this form. Never was any good at a druid. Only paladin. Why does it take me out of my form? Yep, that's why. Starfall is powerful. also very hungry.
Shadetia!
I fear we shall never know peace. Stay warm.
I want to take a small break. I shall be back. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. For now. Sorry that took so long. I was starving. Where's this guy at? There he is. What the heck are these two doing? What y'all... What you chasing me for?
Pleased to make your acquaintance. Best of luck.
I forgot how I managed to get this spectral form. Oh, it's a glyph. How on earth do you even... I thought they took glyphs out. Does that mean my druid is unique now? Because everyone else has to be a bird, but I don't. Where's my roots? There it is. Okay, you can just not do it. Really? You're gonna slow me down so you can hit me an additional 2 times? guys are awfully quiet.
I don't have a target.
What is this?
Your admiral's favor, friend.
Charmed, I'm sure. See to your affairs. want news from the mainland? The Proudmoors will protect us, as they always have.
Oh, that's mean. Unnecessarily so.
State your business. Steady on ahead.
Any rumors on the wind? Be wary of unfamiliar faces.
Going to end the stream now. Hope you like my ghostly looking druid. If you enjoyed it, follow. That's all I can say. I'm not good at outros, so leave it at that. I'll see you guys.